Hello again. Now, there was supposed to be some relief for drought-stricken residents of QwaQwa in the Free State. Water tankers were expected to arrive there tonight to help ease the community's water troubles. Well, residents took to the streets to protest after a little girl drowned while getting water from a river last month. Tshegohaco Moagi has been there today to track these tankers, see if there was any sign of them. Tshegohaco, last when we spoke, just after 6 o'clock, you hadn't seen any sign of these water tankers. Has there been any sign of them now, over an hour later?
Good evening once again, QwaQwa. So no sign of these water tankers, about 1,000 that we're expecting to come in. And there is also no sign of the 10 other trucks that are expected to come into QwaQwa this evening. We were initially told that they'd be here after lunchtime, but now we are still waiting. And then we were told that they'd be here between 6 and 7. We did have a brief conversation with the provincial head of the Department of Water and Sanitation, just requesting information about where exactly these trucks are coming from, and he said that he's not sure himself, but the Tshegohaco Water Board would actually know this because they have procured these particular trucks. You would remember that the Minister of Water and Sanitation mentioning that when she came to visit this area, that the Tshegohaco Water Board would actually be the ones that would deal with this particular project. So that is why they have been given about 220 million rand to try and fix the problem, the water problem and the water crisis in this area. So at the moment, nothing has arrived, and also the Department of Water and Sanitation not too sure themselves when these trucks will actually get here.
Right, so I would imagine, Tshegohaco, that the residents are quite angry and frustrated at this point. Have they been waiting for these tankers? Have they been on the streets waiting for them? Do they even know what's going on at the moment?
The interesting thing is I did speak to some of the community members within this area. They did not even know themselves that these tanks were coming in today. When we came in here earlier today, we also know that the various areas such as Map Water, they did not know that these tankers were also coming in, and they were actually supposed to go to Map Water to be received. They were currently at the fire department, and the people here also were not sure about these tankers coming in. So a lot of miscommunication and a lot of people not knowing exactly what is happening in this municipality and in this area. But community members were also just as shocked to find out that there are these tankers that are supposed to be coming in. But we know, Yuvi, that they are very upset about these tankers. They are saying that they do not want JoJo tanks anymore. They want water in their taps.
All right, so, I mean, just give us some idea, Tshegohaco, how they've been coping so far. I mean, it's been a very long spell for them, and I'm sure they're at their wits' end at the moment, and tonight's situation is not going to make it any better. How have they been living day to day?
Well, Yuvi, it has been quite a devastating situation for the residents of QwaQwa. Most of them have to walk kilometers just to get to a place where there is water flowing, just to fill up their buckets. I remember when I was here last week, I met a family, a disabled man and a partially blind woman. They have to walk about 14 kilometers on just one trip to actually get water, and this ends up to being about 28 kilometers because they have to do this twice in a day. And this is just to get water, just to survive a day, to actually bath, to have some coffee, to actually have some warm tea. So it's just the simplicities of life that they are struggling with. I mean, I saw some grannies the last time that I was here, and the elderly, they were doing their laundry at a nearby river, the same river where this little girl died, and that's then what caused the shutdown in QwaQwa a few weeks ago. So it really is a tough time for the residents, and even though these tanks are expected to come in to try and alleviate that, they are still demanding that they just want water in their taps.
Okay, so it's all about the red tape, I suppose, in Tshegohaco, and hopefully somebody in Sedibeng, the powers that be, watching, listening, and it's a desperate situation. Thanks very much, Tshegohaco Moagi, there in QwaQwa for us this evening.